Hello, citizens of the future. Citizen of the future here. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I go by the alias of Citizen of the Future because I'm a citizen that is interested in the future. I'm interested in where we are heading and where we are going and what has been covered up in the past. So today's video is very exciting because what I'm introducing to you guys is the project that I've worked on for over the last year and over 400 hours into building this and all the content on this. This video, I'm going to do a quick overview of the start of this account to where we are at today and how this all started to give you guys the full story and what motivated me to get here and build this to contribute to every citizen across the globe. So first off, I started my blockchain crypto research back in 2019, but then I ended up, after the years of accumulating data and the information that I was witnessing, I wanted to create something to unite other citizens, to have a common place for discussions and sharing research, because not one person can find everything on the global scale. So I created this account, Citizen of the Future, because I'm a citizen forward thinking into the future. September 21st, 2021, of hitting 10,000 followers with no giveaways, no price predictions, and no bullshit, just straight research. Then come to November 22nd, 2022, we hit 25,000 citizens of the future following the fourth industrial revolution. All you guys that have left comments supporting my research and pushing me, saying how much it's helping you guys see the unspoken, that's what's motivated me through all this time. So I want to say a big thank you, because now we are at 30,000, and that's crossing that off my list. Here, I used to have helped 30,000 citizens, and there's a lot more to come, citizens. There's no denying that we are at a turning point, a digital revolution that many people do not see or get to see because of the mainstream media not covering it. Our global economy is going through a digitalization transformation. Here's some examples. Singapore seeks to transform industries as world enters a new era of global trade. September 2022, look at these visuals from the IMF welcoming us to the money revolution. Crypto regulation, a new era for money, the foundation of trust. Regulating crypto, the train has left the station. It's, this new era, if there's this new era, why is 99% of the population unaware? It's because they want us stupid, they want us late, they don't want us ahead of the herd. Today marks a very special day, and why I chose this day: in honor of my grandpa, my pa, one of my best friends. This man, I used to share my research to teach my grandparents back years ago, and that's how I got so well at teaching things, was because I was able to explain this into such a blue collar format that my 82-year-old grandpa could understand it. The story behind this is the mainstream media made my pa take his life early with the medical assisted and dying out here in Canada. If you're terminally ill, you can get basically the needle and get put out whenever you feel is the time. So this was middle way through COVID, and all was on the TV was people suffocating, death numbers, people dying. And my pa, he had a lung tumor, and he had a hard time breathing. But this man was a powerhouse. He was still making his bed, still cooking breakfast, still driving around, still had months of life left in him. But since his main hobby as a retired citizen was the news, stay updated with the news. Well, the news, all it talked was depressing shit. And no matter what we did, we couldn't get him to stop watching it. Because that, growing up, political debates, talking about this stuff was a main part of our household. So to him, CNN and Fox News, even though we're from Canada, was the main conversation points of what's really going on in the world. But at the near end, the last year of his life, I really started showing him the deeper side of things, and that how it's not all meant to be true. But they sucked him dry of motivation to live, the mainstream narrative, and that made him cut his life early. He told me, son, I want you to call and book the doctor in 4 days, 3 days before Christmas. And I tried. We all tried to get him to extend, but no, he's like, this is my book. I'm closing it when I want. I do not want to be like those people on the TV suffocating in the hospital, suffering. So I embraced those days, and that 2 years, today marks 2 years since that man has left our lives, and he's watching from above. And that is what fired me up to really expose the manipulation, the corruption of the mainstream media. Because if you think about it, that's just one citizen. I'm sure anyone listening to this can know people in their lives that eat, sleep, and breathe the mainstream media news and make that as their opinion of what is going on. It's not like the old days where the news would show two sides and you would get to decide of what story is actually true. No, they show a bias. They try and divide and conquer because they're now owned by the elite. So this is what got me into building. And so if you guys go to my Twitter, you'll see all my research threads in my main pinned tweet here that go over a bunch of different topics between digital ecosystems, standard setting bodies, connections in global trade, a lot of future focused information. The partners of the G7, the G20, stuff like that, really hierarchy data. So Twitter has been a great platform. Now X has been a great platform, but I wanted to go bigger. I wanted to get that on the internet. So what we built, me and some other citizens have all contributed to the success of this. It's called Future Citizen News. News for the citizens interested in the future. So I'm a citizen journalist. Other citizen journalists, we're getting together and we're saying, hey, this is the data that we're finding that they're covering up and we want to bring it to the top. So when you go to this website, let's take a quick gander here, futurecitizen.news. You'll get some of the good graphics that we put together in there to showcase this transformation that's happening. Here's all the main. You'll see the top featured articles, most recent articles. So what is the digital economy? I've spent a lot of time, a lot of hours building digestible information for you to step outside of your comfort zone and get a really big picture of the globe. You can go in here and this is all information that you can then further research on Google and dig into and then start wondering, why isn't your local mainstream media talking about these digital economy transitions? Lots of Easter eggs, lots of research. You can check out some of the topics here: U.S. economy and policy, corruption investigations, technology, crypto DLT and Web3 research, digital trade and paperless trade, regulations and policy around crypto, and technology, global news and partnerships. So we're trying to be the foundation of the real news, not the mainstream narrative. And the whole initiative to this, throwing back to when I first started, was to unite fellow thinking citizens and inspire others to escape the bias of the mainstream news. So check out the About page. And the best thing about this, you can go in here and you can keyword search different keywords. And then that will go through all the articles that we have, and you'll start getting an idea of some of the topics that you can get into. Let's say XRP. So we got about 30 articles. There's a lot more to come. I've been really overwhelmed with a job I started. I started as a gold mine inspector in the quality control side for electrical systems. And I'm doing about 14 to 16 hour days. So I'm on a 2-week period. So this is why I get to launch this and really get this out. But once I go back in the new year, my time's going to be very slim. So I'm trying to pump out as much content as I can to get you guys started and a good, strong foundation to this digital revolution taking place. So let's go to the About page. Digital data is the new oil, and I want you guys to all understand about what digital data is and why it's so important. You know, you can read a little bit about, the genesis of FCN, how we're helping you unlock the information, powering the digital economy, and all this is free. The differences between us and the mainstream media. The mainstream media, they have outdated reporting techniques. They censor citizens' opinions. They have a narrative to divide the citizens. Look at COVID. They split us up between the unvaxxed to the vaxxed. They cover up corruption. Why don't we hear about Epstein's Island, about all the elite and wealthy that were involved in that network? We have the bias controlled by the 1%, and they don't cover topics of the future. When does anyone listening to this know somebody that got rich from the mainstream media? I don't, and I'm sure you don't either. Here's all some just like the other topics morphly, just to have some bigger word count for Google to pick our page up. And a very special one is the Crypto Web3 mind map gallery. So you guys love our mind maps, me, XX, Tokenizer. Well, here you can come to one place and you can have the mind maps, some of our best mind maps that we've created to inspire you guys to research based on real world data and information that anyone can dig into. So easy to learn. You just need to step out of your comfort zone and really try and wrap your head around the bigger things. I hope you guys remember that Ethereum free pass map we did. Well, I integrated it right into this site. So here it is. You can literally click, zoom in, see the connections, click the connections, see who and what information do we have on each one. Come down here. You can get our YouTube channels. So if you want to follow the future, if you're interested in this, come join our community. Follow us on Twitter, and do us a favor. Do me a favor, because all this was my own time and effort to build this up. I don't have any money to advertise, and I don't have all the time in the world to share this stuff. But if you guys like and read an article, at the bottom of the article right here, you can share the article, or you can go down right to the bottom and leave a comment. Start the discussion, post something. Did you like it? Upvote. If you loved it, love it. If you found something of value or you want to add to that, share a comment, share a document, share something that contributes to this research database. Because what we're building here is a research database on concepts of the future for any future citizen, whether it's now or 5 years down the road. People are going to be looking back on this being like, why haven't I seen this years ago? Why couldn't I be early to the fourth industrial revolution? If you find any bugs, if you find anything that needs improvement, please send me a message on Twitter at Utility Theory or the Future Citizen News Twitter account. You can click the authors in the author pages. You can go in here and find all the socials for each author. You can find all the articles written by that author. You can find the other authors. Just click more information. And that's that. So I hope you guys really enjoy this. I hope you share and try and help me get the words out of this research, because I don't think there's anything like it. And if you're sharing images, please tag or try and get it out there. You're going to like this one on the World Economic Forum Partners and Connections. Me and XX, the researcher XX, we did a lot of hours piecing together a lot of the partners of the World Economic Forum. And so we created this for you guys to see in data format. Something that the schools should be teaching us, but they don't. So yeah, thank you very much. I hope you guys are excited. take a gander, and yeah, cheers. Citizen of the future out. Thank you.